Let's see what we've got here. Okay, just settling in. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, let's get a piece of pen and paper. See what happens, folks. There's my board. Let's have a look. See who's out there. Oh, hello. Hello, 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 people. Greetings. Good evening. Let's have a look. Hold on. Let's check in. Let's see what's going on. Let's have a look. Hello, 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 hello. I gotta check these here, folks. Stay there. Imelda. Hello, Precious. Hi, Precious. Greetings. Good to see you again. Rodarius. Hi. I couldn't spell. I can't spell. Hold on. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Hey, home. Primary. Kit Hogs. Primary. Greetings. Good evening. Kit. Kit from Oz. Yay. Ivona. I got you. No, Ivona. Greetings, Ivona. Hey, Ellen. Good evening, Ellen. Bonsoir. Fine. Gypsy 713. Okay, why not? What's that mystery number? What is that? My enemy is blessing the ones I love. Oh, Jenny, wait a minute, I just saw some new people here. Hold on. Who are all these people? Hold on, slow down. Slow down. I gotta. Jenny H. I got Jenny H. Okay. MC is here. Good evening, MC. Hi, Mary. What's going on? Ferdinand. Ferdinand. Let's put N. Ferdinand N. Okay. Okay. So we got from Philippines. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Carrie, good evening, Carrie and Cassie. Carrie and Cassie's here. Good evening, Cassie. Let's see. Ciao tutti. What is that? That's Italian, isn't it? Capt XPC. Capt XPC. XPC. Expert. Mahid. 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 I'll just put Mahid out, okay? Cool, cool, cool. Peace, people. Peace, people. Catherine, good evening. And Rohit from India. Catherine, good evening. And Rohit is here. Good evening, Rohit. Thank you for showing up again. Appreciate it. I got you, Precious, over here. Lena, greetings, Lena. Yay, thank you so much. Let's talk. Gibson. Stephanie. Good evening, Stephanie. Love is the word. Love is the word. Love is the word. Hey, what's up? Hold on, I see you. CLC. I don't know. CLC. I've got a question mark there. Kristin, how do I say that? Kristin Hayoka. I'll just put Kristin. Okay. Kristin TH. How about that? Is that enough for you? So you know who you are? And Nova Dawn. Florida. Hey, Florida. Nova Dawn. I got Imelda, didn't I? Yes, I got you the first one up. Hey. Wada. Oh, let's have a look. Hi, Eduardo. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. And Constance. No, I didn't get you earlier. Hi, Constance. Thank you for showing up. Yay, yay, yay. A gentleman, we have a gentleman in the room, Thomas Bayliss. Sir Thomas Bayliss. I think we're going to call you Sir Thomas. Okay, I hope you don't mind. There's more people, apparently. I'm not sure if I'm going to get everybody's names. Did I get Guada? Yeah. I got you. All right. There we go. Let's have a look. Yes, Carrie, it is true. Love is the word. Thank you very much. Did I get you? Did I get you, Carrie? I think I did, didn't I? Let me just check. I want to make sure I got. I want to keep a track tonight. That's all. Carrie, I didn't. So I'm going to put you up here. Hi, Carrie. Carrie Hilton. I hope you've got your own proper hotel. Sarah McCauley. Hello. Hello, Sarah McSee. Sarah McSee. Greetings. Amba Bishop. Amba Bishop. Good evening. Daydreamer. Good evening. Good evening, Daydreamer. And there's another Gabby. There's a Gabby, which is different from Giggle. Gabby is different from Giggle. Hold on. Stay there. No, you're not too late, Thomas. You are not too late. Inked. Empress. I'm glad you're in good spirits. Good, good, good. Ink. I've got you, Inked Empress, right here. Hold on, slow down, people, slow down. You gotta catch up. Hold on. Yes, it's great. Stephanie Vaughn. I know I missed the name. Stephanie. So Stephanie, I would love it if you can make a proper Illumination belly dancing video. I would dare you. I dare you to make a belly dancing video. Better still, if you could do it in Illumination leggings. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Gabby Girl. I've got Gabby Girl, sorry. Gabby Girl, welcome. Just want to see there. No, no fighting. No fighting there, please. All right, let's have a look. I'm just kidding around. Okay, Stephanie, I was just joking. It's all right. Don't worry. Don't worry. Precious, what's got into you? Oh, we're turning a family squabble on the screen here. I see that. Okay. Thomas and there's something going on here behind the scenes, people. I can tell. Between Precious and Sir Thomas. Okay, sir, we're going to have to demote you from the knighthood because it seems to have stirred up a whole pile of political conflict here. I don't know if you watched that Netflix series, The Crown, but right now on Terra Illumination, we cannot afford political conflict or insider dramas. It'll take down the crown. So Thomas, it's just going to be good old Thomas. You're just regular folks like the rest of us. Nobody's special here anymore. Okay? Amba, yes, celebrate middle age. Why not? Settle our seniority or our youth, our innocence. It's all very beautiful. Now, who have I missed? Who have I missed? Stephanie! Well, guess what, Stephanie? You're very, very persuasive. I've just figured out that you are going to get a mini reading. For sure. You have just guaranteed yourself a mini reading. And thank you for setting the tone for the evening. I really appreciate that. Thank you so, so much. All Sun! Yay! All Sun, I don't know. All Sun. is, I think it's a character out of a Daniel Day-Lewis movie. All sun is all powerful and casts light wherever the light needs to shine, even where it doesn't shine. Yay. Well, all sun, actually, all sun glows. All sun has a kind of an aura, and all sun kind of glows. He has sort of this silvery, sparkly aura. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Electra Ray, you sound like a rock star. A rock star from the 1970s or 1960s. Or maybe an action hero. Electra Ray, you sound like an action hero. A Marvel comic action hero. Thank you, Stephanie. All right, let's put some let's just get serious here. This is a very professional operation here with Terra Illumination, as you know, and all of that stuff that's been going on. That's called music in the background. That's an actual real live Terra Illumination song, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Let's see who else have we got here. I think I got everybody. If anyone's, I'll just show you the list here. We can do it later on, but I just want anybody to check the list here, make sure I got your name, and then just so that we get a chance, I'm going to pick a few names here for live mini readings tonight. And if somebody missed one, we'll make sure you get you on your list, okay? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think we need a belly dancer. I think we need Terra Illumination belly dancers, Terra Illumination table dancers. All of that stuff is very good. Anybody who's willing to jump around on a stage with Terra Illumination, you are welcome. Also, by the way, yeah, we're talking about backup singers as well for the Terra Illumination band, the Terra Illumination Love Tribe band. Yeah, Susan Mime. Okay, got you. Thank you, Susan. Somebody's paying attention. I can tell. Gabby Girl belly dances. Yay! You! Gabby Girl is a belly dancer. So we got several belly dancers here tonight. That's a man. Nova Dawn. Wait a minute. I don't think I got you. Nova Dawn. No, we don't do strippers here on this show. This is a tame show. Little kids can watch this. Yes, I've got you here, Nova Dawn. There it is. There's Nova Dawn right there. Kid Oz will play ukulele. Yes. MC throws dollars in the air like a plate twirler. I know. The plate twirlers. Yes, of course. And harmonica. Oh, this is going to be an incredible band. Oh my God. Can you imagine it? Belly dancing. Belly dancer. My God, what a band. Belly dancer. What was the other one? Backup singer. Yeah. Harmonica. And ukulele. Ukulele. Captic XPC. Guess what, Captic XPC? You just bought yourself a mini reading. How do you do that? How did she do that? What a mystery. You just guaranteed yourself a mini reading. And I am so super grateful. I'm going to put some highlights on there so I don't forget. Because as you know, Terra Illumination is highly absent-minded. This is very exciting. Very, very exciting. And Sarah McCauley. Oh my God. You guys are just calm down. I've only got so much room. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Stephanie's got one for sure. This is exciting. Wow. Where's Sarah McC? I know I got you down here earlier on the front page. I know I did. I know I saw you here. I know you're here. Oh, wait a minute. It's up here. There you are. You're over here. You just guaranteed yourself an amazing, unique mini reading live in public. Tarot Illumination, what do they call it? Unplugged. This will be Tarot Illumination Unplugged, folks. Wow, this is exciting. Rhonda Music. Hold on, that's new. I didn't see that earlier. Rhonda Music. Okay, well, this is very, very exciting. Cowbell. Oh, yeah, someone's got to play cowbell. Why don't you do it, Elsa? You'd probably be really good at it. Perfect timing and everything. Don't. Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do it. Yay, yeah. It's all right. It's okay. Wow, this is exciting. 3 guaranteed readings. 1, Capt XPC, Sarah McMuxie, and Stephanie Vaughn. Okay, so there we go. La Fuerza, hold on. La Fuerza. Okay. Singing bowl. Oh, yeah, like the Tibetan things. Yes. Perfect, perfect. Yeah. And someone has to be in charge of hair and makeup and wardrobe. Yeah. Oh, yeah, cowbells come with the drum. Of course, obviously, I'm sorry. That would be, yeah, I forgot about that. You're absolutely right. Okay, well, we've got quite a collection of nutcases here tonight. So, Jenny Henderson, did I get you earlier? Hold on. Okay, okay. Wait a minute, Jenny. Yeah, I got you there, Jenny. Okay, so there we go. Liz Wolf. Did I get you, Liz? Hold on. I don't know if I got you, but I wanted to make sure I got all the names here tonight. I didn't. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Liz. Hi, Liz. How are you doing? How's the tarot coming along? I can give you a couple of tips if you want to write in privately. I can give you a couple of tips for a very, very, very good teacher. So there you go. Oh, thank you, Kristin. Hair, makeup, and wardrobe. Wow, that's fantastic. Wow, this is fantastic. Yes, it's going to be very much a Bollywood theme. Everyone's going to be jumping around in crazy outfits. And I hope you get it all to the beat. All to the beat, people. All right, so we got quite a collection here. First of all, before we forget, let's get these names down. I don't want to mess around here. As you know, we do this in a very, very professional manner. And so we've got to get it done properly. So we have Stephanie, for sure. You can see how I'm so easily persuaded by those amazing things that we have called Stephanie and Sarah McC. Sarah McC. You've got one for sure. Let's have a look. Where's Giggle? Is Giggle here? And who is the other? I know we have another somewhere here. Captain XPC. XPC. Okay, so we got 3 for sure. Nova Dawn is a newbie. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nova Dawn is a newbie. Giggle's not here. Oh, I see it. Thanks, Giggle, for letting me know. I just put a mark on there. So I just want to let everybody know. Giggle has just let us know that she's not here. Thank you, Giggle. I don't know how you do that, but somehow or other. Guada needs one. Oh, okay. You were on a 10-day meditation course. Oh, my gosh. Okay, let's have a look. Well, I've got 3 so far. Let's have a look Let's get us up and running. I think what we'll do. Yeah, there's a lot. I'm sorry. Yeah, Thomas, there's lots of people who've never had readings, and I don't know what to do about that because I love giving the readings, but I only have a limited number of readings inside of me because I kind of wear out after a little while, but I do what I can. Amber's from London. Amber's from London. Wait a minute. Did I get you Amber? Yes, I did. I know I got Amber. Yeah, there you are from London. Well done. Wow. Yes. So, okay. So there we go. So at least we got started here. Let's take a little break for a moment. Let's talk about the before we start in the readings, okay? We're going to do a group reading tonight, okay? And probably a little invocation later on. But I just wanted to check something with you guys, okay? Oh, your battery's going flat. Ink Impress is going to be dying in a minute. From Saudi Arabia. Oh, that is so freaking cool. Wow. Thank you so much. All right, let me just do a couple of notes here. I just wanted to check in with you guys. Good evening and welcome to Tarot Lumination Sunday Night Live. This is your chance for a free mini reading. And 3 very courageous people have already secured their places. Thank you very, very much. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, dear, dear me. There must be a solar flare happening right now. Oh, no. What are we going to do? Oh, my gosh. We're going to explode. All of our computers are going to melt. And Mercury retrograde is going to go retrograde. And all the planets are suddenly going to start going backwards. Oh, no. Hold on. Oh. Okay, well, it's over now. So the end of the world didn't happen. Apparently, the world was going to end about 4 minutes ago. But we're still here. We're still here, people. The electricity is still on. It's amazing, isn't it? Yep. The electricity is still on. Tarot Illumination is still broadcasting. You guys are still out there. I saw some more bright yellow. I saw more bright yellow. Uh-oh, you know what that means. You've discovered my weak spot. You have discovered my weak spot. There's nothing I can do. I have to comply, and I will comply, Kristin. You got me. I will admit, you got me. You caught me totally off guard. I wasn't expecting any more tonight, but I do thank you. And I think it's all because of the solar flares. Okay? It's all because of the solar flares. Isn't it amazing what solar flares can do to a person? Ow! Wait a minute. Ow! Oh! By the way, I'm not allowed to do spacey, whacked out, strobing light things on this channel because apparently it makes people freak out. Because I just bought a little baby disco ball and I bought a baby laser party light. And I was going to put them on the show. And then I checked in, and apparently there are legal restrictions on sparkly strobing lights. So there you go. We're just going to have to make do with our own sparkly lights tonight for all of us, okay? All right, let's have a look. So I gotta get this right. Slow down, people. Okay, hold on. Give me a moment. Kristin, you just bought yourself the Hayoka. You just got yourself. Okay, so that's it. Let's leave it at that for now. Because I don't want to get too backed up here because If I get overly ambitious, or I think I can start to do things and I can't, then I'll end up letting you guys down. And I don't want to do that. So let's just have some fun for a minute. Look at this. So I don't know if you've noticed anything, people, but hold on. Let me show you the old chart. Just so, as you know, we all just came out of this massive Pisces stellium. We're still kind of in it because we've still got, what is it, Sun and Neptune and Chiron all piled up there in Pisces. And we just came out of the new moon, the Pisces new moon. So I don't know about you guys, but it was a very intense new moon, but it was also very, probably for a lot of people, very hard to navigate in many ways. So, because it's super sensitive and it tended to stir up a lot of very deeply buried inner things that are very painful. Oh no, what am I, another one? Oh, who's that? I have to check. I can't see where that is. Who is that? Amba. Okay. Gosh. Okay, I'm kind of reaching my limit here. Hold on. God. I mean, I really appreciate this and everything. Path Traveler, Amba Bishop. Okay, Amba B, you just guaranteed your place in the Tarot Illumination Hall of Fame readings. Wow, it's getting quite, oh, what are we going to do with all of this? Okay, so, okay, I gotta put this out a little bit more, in a more of an orderly manner. I like to have the things to be very orderly, as you know. So that's what it looks like tonight. That's the show tonight, okay? So let's put that all over here. Now, before we get into the show, okay? We've just finished with all this Pisces stuff. So let's move on, okay? We're already heavily shifted into the Aries energy right now. And as of tonight right now, let me just give you an indication here. Yes, Angie, it is all about the healing power of love. And you've witnessed it firsthand. Yes. So right now, tonight, at this very moment in time, this is what we've got. It's a Tarot Illumination Astro Doodle. You might have seen one of these before. And the big emphasis tonight is on all the new shifting of energy into the Aries. So it's a big change. You know, Pisces is so dreamy and soft and sometimes intangible, super hypersensitive, and very susceptible to wounding. And that has been very heavily challenged by Mars in Sagittarius, which was up there just until the last day or so. But in the last few hours, Mars has moved over here into Capricorn. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm trying to help you guys. Yeah, I've already moved on beyond the solar storms. We're all still alive. We're here. So that means the solar storms have already done their thing and we're not going to die. So right now, tonight, we have Mars over here in 0 degrees Capricorn. Okay, that's pretty serious, heavy-duty stuff. Mars loves to be in Capricorn. It's very effective in Capricorn. It's the energy of a very, very, very capable leader, okay? Doing what has to be done in a methodical, practical, strategic way. Well, guess what? That energy is very, very challenging to the Aries energy because the Aries energy just likes to freaking go for it. And we're not even into the new moon yet. So what's happening is we're doing all this big shift from the Pisces stuff over here, and we're moving into the Aries stuff over here. Like we're starting a whole new annual, you know, global cycle again on Western astrology. It all starts on March the 20th, the equinox, okay? So this is where we are. We're kind of right here, right now on this Tarot Illumination Astrobabble chart, Astro Doodle. And then in about 2 weeks from now, everything's going to come into this big kind of culmination. It's going to be a huge pile of Aries energy. And on the, let me have a look. Did I get the date right? Yeah, March 31st, we're going to have this monster full moon. And it's going to look like this. Okay? So I'm just letting you guys know. Start planning now, because in a couple of weeks from now, the energy is going to be very, very different. It's going to be very much to do with the relationships, things that are going to be coming up in the area of your most significant relationships, the one-on-one relationships, you and the other, somewhere in your life, in your world. Wherever this little chart lies in your life, in your world, is where you're going to feel this. And it's very, very challenging. I'm just letting you know. It's all about the energy of you staying fully in alignment with you, honoring and respecting yourself, putting yourself first, and at the same time trying to figure out how are you going to integrate that into a significant relationship so that you give them all the freedom and independence that they need to be themselves, since that's what you're going to be claiming over here. And the thing is, it's actually very hard to do that. And you're probably going to find out in about 2 weeks from now. So I'm just kind of giving you a heads up. If you think of this as just like a little miniature weather report, okay? So I'm just hoping I can help. So, you know, if anybody wants to, we can, you know, do readings about this stuff and everything. But, you know, the planets are what they are. They're going to do what they're going to do. And we just have to adapt and flow. This is going to be very challenging for everybody. And we're shifting into the change right now. I'm just letting you know that. It's not the end of the world. We've still got a lot of very positive stuff going on here. I'm just not showing it to you in this little chart. Okay? All right. So let's put this aside for now. This is basically, this was for tonight, but I'm showing it, this is for 2 weeks from now. And I'll do some more reports before then. Don't you worry. Okay? So let's leave that at that. We've got a bunch of folks here tonight. And so what we're going to do now is a general reading, okay, for everybody. Okay, that's for everybody. I'm going to put all you guys aside over here. Okay, I'll put this up here. And we're going to start. We're going to start the show officially. Okay. As you know, these cards are very, very beat up. I only use one deck because I love it. And that's just all we're going to do. Cards were well shuffled in advance. And this little reading we're going to do right here now is for everybody here tonight in the little Tarot Illumination Love Tribe. Okay. So you got to kind of forgive me for a while because I got to get into like a bit of a trance thing here. And it's hard for me to focus on you guys on the screen. And I just want you to entertain yourselves, chat amongst yourselves, make friends, and all of those kind of things that we do. And just let Tarot Illumination do its thing. And then we'll hang out a little bit afterwards and maybe do another sing-along or whatever grabs our attention. And we'll do the private readings, okay? I mean, the public readings. Okay. Angie Love, I thank you. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Giggle is here, by the way. All right, let's have a look. Okay, we're pretty much shuffled because I shuffled them all well in advance, but I just wanted you to know so that you guys are a witness. This is going to be the journey of the heart spread that we use for the generals. This is for all of us here tonight. And I'm going to be interpreting this, as you know, from the perspective of love and healing, and what is the most loving, healing way for us to make the best of the energies in the planets right now and ourselves as a community. Okay, so here we go. Cards are now cut, and we're going to pull the spread. This, just take it for granted that Tarot Illumination angels are here, and we're just spreading around, sharing it, and it's just kind of like a little glowing like one of those magic orbs, and you're soaking up the light, soaking up the love. And if you think of yourself, even though I can't show it right now, what I was planning to show was a beautiful, tiny little disco ball of love with a tiny, sparkly party light to make it all work. But it looks like it's banned or forbidden or it's not allowed. So we'll see. Hold on. Here we go. Are you ready, folks? Here is the heart energy, which, of course, is what it's all about in the end. Our heart needs what it needs, wants what it wants, and it's up to us as the owners of our hearts to nurture and love and listen and pay attention to our hearts and act accordingly, as opposed to acting from our ego, acting from our will. I really love it when we work from the heart outwards, because that affects the whole of our aura on a massive scale. What are we bringing in with us? This is legacy energy. It could be all of our stresses that we've been dealing with as all the goop comes to the surface through all that Pisces and Chiron thing. Recently, it's been very challenging for a lot of people. I know you would think, oh, it's just dreamy, soft, gentle Pisces. Ha, 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 ha. Neptune, Piscean energy, 12th house energy, from my perspective as a reader, is some of the hardest energy to understand, to channel, uh, to diagnose, to heal, to fix, to even put into words. So there you go. And I've done thousands of readings. So, and it's still hard. Okay. So anyway, over here is the energy of the now. The now is the place where a lot of us don't want to be, because it means you have to be fully conscious and fully present. A lot of us would prefer the status quo on which we can base our expectations of the future. And when things don't work out, we can say, well, what did you expect? Huh. Okay. So I try to stay as conscious as much in the now as I can, and I'm encouraging you guys to, because that's where you own your power. And the power is expressed through the healing power of your decisions. It is through this amazing phenomenon that we have here as human beings, where we can perceive opportunities and situations and make decisions consciously. And we can make, by conscious, I mean we can override our animal instinct, our limbic instinct, to act accordingly to reaction. And instead, we can respond responsibly and do the loving thing. Okay? So that's how you own your power. So the question is, how do we actually do that effectively in a way that is most loving for us? Because sometimes this can be extremely hard energy to handle. So can this. So how do we own that and make it work for us? Over here would be consequential energy, on the understanding that we are complicit in our own evolution. Okay? At least that's how I like to operate, and I'm inviting all of you guys to operate. And I don't think you would be here anyway unless you operated that way, at least to some degree. Okay? You know, it's hard to do that all the time, 24/7, 365, but some people do. All I'm saying is that the more you stay present and conscious, the more you have the opportunity to catalyze your evolution and create consequence. What if you mess up? Okay, what if we mess up here? What do we lose? What if we do a decent job? How does it work for us? Okay, and then over here, what would be the prospects of all of this going into the next heartbeat? I'm hoping you can see that this is a heart shape here, and at the very center, it's always pulsing, 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 seeking nutrients, love, more nutrients, more love. Feed me, feed me, feed me, dear person who owns me, so that I can go on to deliver the next heartbeat for you, dear person who owns me. Okay? We're going to start by, first of all, having a look at circumstantial energy. Maybe it's going to be the solar flares. Maybe it's going to be static. Maybe, who knows what it's going to be. And then we'll get into the reading itself. So here we go. 6 of Cups energy. My feeling here is that this is a reminder that we are part of a little collective here. And it's live, it's happening right now. I'm sharing all of my energy that I can with you, and I'm very grateful that you're sharing your energy with Tarot Lumination. It's truly a very, very wonderful experience. I mean, when you think about how incredibly lucky we are to be on this planet at this time with all these solar flares, and we're still doing this live, and it's going all over the world, to Saudi Arabia, the Philippines, Argentina, Australia, England, all over the United States. It blows my mind, people, live right now. So this is like, my feeling is the energy of recognition that we have to understand at the deep soul level, at the collective. We here tonight are soulmates, soul brothers, soul sisters, okay? All of it. And it's very much about the feeling of family and the soulmate family. And in some ways, possibly some of us have even known each other in past lives together, not just tonight. But I think this is very much, you know, how a lot of people associate this card with past lives and the, you know, the sentiment and the nostalgia. What I feel is that what we're actually doing here is creating a life in present in the moment, which will eventually translate into past lives that we might recognize later in another lifetime. So that's what I think is happening here. It's very important to understand the energy of how we create our so-called future. And that's what we're doing right now. We're creating soulmate bonding here. That's what I feel. And we just need to acknowledge that. Think of that as just circumstantial energy. It's literally the energy of Terra Lumination Love Tribe or the Terra Lumination Campfire. And we're just acknowledging that, making it present. At the heart, what have we got? More cups. However, the heart is, in a way, it's a very, very powerful organ. You know, it's an incredibly powerful organ. It beats from the before we are coming out of the womb, and it only stops to the very, very last moment, and it keeps going through our whole waking life. And sometimes it's tough. Sometimes things get really, really beat up. And with the Four of Cups, because of the way human life unfolds over time, a lot of the feelings that we have are more to do with our failures, our losses, our pain, and our sorrow, and just getting through life. And instead of focusing and tapping into the love that's around us all the time. And so, over extended periods of time, my feeling is that our heart energy becomes depleted and weakened because we're unaware, we're innocent of how we neglect ourselves, and how it's so simple to refocus our energy on what really counts, which is the love that's here right now. So with the Four of Cups, my feeling is that it's very important to acknowledge that we're all, I think this is very much to do with the Chiron energy. It's still very, very strong right now. The sun and Chiron, very, very tight together. I think it's around 28 degrees, 26 degrees, 28 degrees. And we just came out of the Pisces new moon there as well. So that's a very, very strong indication that this is a really good time to start fresh with new perspectives on love and healing, and on the understanding that energy flows where attention goes. And if we're going to allow ourselves to continue to be consumed by our misery, our woe is me, then we're going to continue to neglect the love that's here. So my feeling here again here is this is very much to do with wake up, alert, 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 alert. And I think the alert and the sounding of the alarm is happening because of the big shift into Aries energy right now. It's like, wake up, people. We create our future, the future love, by focusing on the love in the now, not dwelling on the pain and the sorrows and losses of the past. Okay? So the heart is saying, dear person who owns me, please remember that energy flows where attention goes, and all the love that we need is right there surrounding us right now. And let's get over ourselves, admit that we're wounded and pain and suffering, and it's okay. We're human, but that's not going to own us. The pain and the suffering is not going to own us. What we're going to do is focus on the love. Where are we coming from? Let's have a look. You see? Look at this. To me, this is directly referring to the Pisces new moon. This to me feels as it's an opportunity now, as subtle as this might be in terms of how we feel it in our spirit. This Pisces new moon is very, very powerful because it's so tight with the sun on Chiron. And Pisces energy is very much to do with healing anyway. So I feel that this card, the Ace of Cups, would not be here unless all of us deserve this. Because all of us, I feel, ultimately are here for the love and the healing. Okay, Tarot Illumination is like a tarot channel, and that's kind of fun and everything. But the real energy behind Terra Illumination is about the love and the healing. And that's what I think is manifesting here. And what's actually happened now after a year on this channel, we have actually got to a point where we are now consciously and deliberately bringing in the love as an agenda, as the purpose, as the mission, as the vision, and doing it with the energy of Mars in Capricorn. Like, we're going to do this. This is how we do it. It is a strategy. It is a doable strategy. It is a plan. And it's all about focusing the attention and executing the plan, laying out the plan, like strategic planning, like military strategic planning, about how we're going to focus on the healing power of love, bring that in what we have with us, and then bring that going forward. So it is a huge task that we are setting for ourselves. But the very fact that we can even talk about this stuff is an indication that it is possible. But it is only possible like in a collective, because this is very much the collective energy here. What about now? Okay, so right now, it feels to me this is very much to do with the Aries energy. It's a very big juxtaposition between the very powerful Pisces new moon and the very courageous Aries energy that's happening right now. They're very, very different. I mean, yes, this is the Ace of Cups, and that's wonderful. And a lot of times people feel or perceive Pisces energy as very nebulous and soft and dreamy, but it can be very, very powerful when it's focused effectively. It's just incredibly hard to focus Piscean, Neptunian, 12th house effectively in ways that are tangible here on planet Earth, in the three-dimensional Earth. And it takes courage to even dare to do that. And I think that's what's happening here with us right now, is that with the Seven of Wands, it's almost like this very, very subliminal group decision that we're going to do this. We can handle it. It's part of our, let's say, you know, like in the military when they do those things like, hoo-ha, 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 hoo-ha. This is what we're going to do, people. And I think that's kind of what we're doing. It's like the energy of like on a new moon when you're just starting a big sports game or an event or something, and the coach comes in and says, okay, you all know your moves. You know your moves. You know your moves. You know your moves. Woo, woo-ha. And then everybody does a massive group hug, and then they go off and play their game. Okay, that's what I'm sensing is going on here. And it's just us here hanging out tonight, all of us going, hoo-ha, yeah. We get it. We understand this. Even though it's very, very hard to understand, we still get it, and we're going to go with it anyway. So to me, it feels like the challenge is on. The challenge is on. The chalice is full. The chalice is overflowing. And it's now up to us. What are we going to do with all of that? Because it's very powerful. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being an instrument of love and healing, where you are an effective instrument of the healing power of love, and you become a conveyor, you become a transceiver, where you actually receive the healing power of love, and then you own it, and then you transmit it outward into your world? That's power, man. That is power. Okay, let's have a look. What about the decisions? Okay. You know, you know what I feel about the Queen of Swords here right now? One of the most effective ways to exercise the healing power of your decisions is through the healing power of no. Have you ever heard of that guy, Warren Buffett, one of the most successful multi-billionaires on earth, who manages trillions of dollars of other people's money? And one of his core tenets, Tenets, like our little mantras, like our little chants and our little sayings that we do here, is one thing that he noticed over many years in his business is that the most successful, happy people that he knows in life are the people who say no. People have the courage to say, no, thank you to this. No, thank you to that. No, I don't need that new life insurance policy. No, I don't need a refill over here. No, I don't need 4 new credit cards. No, I don't need to change my car and get a new one right now. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. And enough of the BS. And so we can be very effective in actuating our evolution by using the healing power of no up to the point of the healing power of FU, the healing power of the middle finger, if you want to put it that way. And it takes a lot of courage to do that, because not everybody is trained to be that way. A lot of us are trained to be in compliance, to be compliant with some kind of higher order that dominates and controls and owns us and subverts and subverts and dissolves and divides us, so that the healing power of love can be diluted and stopped from the flow. So my feeling here is that the healing power of our decisions is very much to do with uh, making a collective group decision here to actively use the healing power of no when it is appropriate. And it doesn't have to be offensive or anything. It can just be very, very self-loving. So how do you do that effectively? It takes huge courage. Okay. My feeling here is to recognize that one of the ways to build up the courage to use the healing power of no is admit consciously to yourself that you can't take the bullshit anymore. Excuse my language. I'm really, really trying to clean up the show because the channel is, let's say, watched, and I need to keep the channel in really good uh, order with the community guidelines. Okay, and I'll tell you why a little bit later. Something happened this week. Very tragic. I'll show you. But anyway, the point is, how do we do this effectively? We have to know our pain. You have to know your pain. You have to admit your pain, put words to it, understand what it is, define it. Allow this to be the Pisces in Chiron energy at full display, where everything, all of our self-limiting, self-debilitating, self undoing habits become recognized, observed, identified, cleared shamelessly. In other words, I'm sorry, dear world, I'm an overeater. I can't help it, but I'm not going to let that ruin my life. I'm sorry, dear world, I'm a struggling alcoholic. I'm sorry, dear world, I'm hooked on Adderall and I can't go to work unless I'm totally jacked up on Adderall. Dear world, I'm so sorry that I'm very poor at academics and I feel like such a loser. I don't want to be here anymore. But being able to put all that stuff in words can release you from the burden of all these injuries and accept that you are flawed and that you have the right to say no more to this, but it has to be understood. You have to understand and accept that you are injured and that you do have flaws and weaknesses and parts of ourselves that are sick of this and don't need it anymore. So it has to be made official. You have to make it official. Use your full dignity and no shame in saying enough is enough. Enough is enough. We need to refocus our attention onto what counts, which is the love. The love. Okay, it takes a lot of courage, and a lot of that courage is about using the healing power of no. I mean, a lot of us are taught to like embrace this, you love this, and I like to do it here on the channel too. Be loving and be loved. Be loving and be loved. But start with yourself. Be loving, be loved. Okay? Be loving. And it means understanding that we are flawed. Okay? So what does that mean once we're in the flow? Let's say you understand this and we're in the flow and you can see that it is a process. It's actually a process that can be learned. It can be taught and it can be learned. It might be a very difficult process because we're not trained to do this in any way, shape, or form. Consequently, okay, my feeling here is that we get a chance to start all over. I think this is very much to do with the Pisces new moon as well, where the Page of Wands would be our innocent, sweetest, youngest, most immature, but most courageous and most willing and desirous selves to grow and heal and move on. Okay. And it takes courage to do that. It takes the willingness to do all of that. And I don't know about you, but I love doing this. I love doing this for you. And you guys give me inspiration. You guys give me courage to want to do this because I'm no more evolved than you guys. It's just I'm different. We're all different and we're all on the same journey. And consequently, moving forward, we understand that there's always more to learn, always more to do, always new adventures that lie ahead of us. We're just starting here, people. We're just starting, okay? So what happens if we mess up? Let's say you're under a high pressure situation, and you know in your guts, in your soul, the best thing to do is the healing power of no, but you don't. You let yourself be undermined by somebody or something. What do you lose? You lose the control. You lose your sovereignty of self. You lose all this love of the little Ace of Cups. That opportunity of the Ace of Cups vaporizes the minute you deny yourself your own power, the minute you lose the courage to exercise the healing power of no. You lose all of this. We lose all of this, okay? So what happens when you deliberately and willingly admit that this stuff needs to be done and over with, and you courageously love yourself first and you support yourself, and you do that in collusion with the rest of us here, like a team effort, you gain all this. You regain the sovereignty of self. You own yourself from the heart outwards. And all of a sudden, the Ace of Cups that's there all along has the chance to blossom in its full glory. So that's very good news. Wow. But the thing is, okay, with the Hierophant here, I see this as a bit of a challenge. The thing is that I'm trying to paint this story here so that it sounds like it's relatively easy for us to be this way and do all this stuff. But the reality is, it's very simple, like the story I'm telling now, but it's simple is not easy. What it does, it means like completely rewriting the code of your life. Different life practices, life codes, belief systems, attitudes, perceptions, ways of being, ways of conducting yourself in the world, and rewriting the book, like a total rewrite of the book. There's a lot of big retrogrades coming up, starting. It's already just started. Jupiter and Scorpio just went retrograde. Mercury's going to flip in a couple of days. And then for the next few months, we're going to get a lot of retrogrades, which means we're going to be integrating a lot of the stuff that we've been enjoying over the last 2 months. And my feeling here is that if we follow this kind of intuitive pathway here and integrate it into our life being and purpose, then the Hierophant is going to be brought into play, where it's like whatever you think of as your connection to your angels, to heaven, and to the great beyond, and the ultimate answers to everything, whatever you thought was how it was going to be or how it is now going to be questioned. Because every time you tap into your power here by doing this, the healing power of no, it means you're going to undermine and expose anything and everything that was not working for you in your pre-existing codes and structures of belief systems, okay? And that can be quite challenging because you might think, oh, I'm just going to go back to my old ways. And the Hierophant is saying, excuse me, no, there's no going back here, people. It's time to rewrite the code, rewrite your practices, your habits, and make love the priority. The number one priority is love oneself first. And that's the best thing that you can do for the planet and for everyone else. And you have a new set of like global commandments, which are all about, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that and that and that. Be loving, be loved. Okay? And in so doing, you create a new kind of global paradigm where the love becomes first, where the first priorities, like if you're setting up a company or starting a job or starting a family or coming out of school or retiring or whatever it is, love becomes the priority as opposed to like, what can I get out of the job or the money? All of those things are secondary. You can't take any of that with you. When you cross over to the other side, this is the only thing that counts, okay? All right? You might have an amazing world legacy. You might have the legacy of being, you know, like some big amazing stockbroker or a rock star or a pop star. And that's great, and that can go in the history books. Or you might be, you know, like a criminal, or you might be a neglected homeless person, or you might be like a train wreck of a person, you know, no goals, no ambitions, no directions, lost in pain and hurting. And either way, in the end, this is the only thing that counts. So my feeling here is that we're heading on this path together, and it's just another step in the path, understanding about the healing power of no, and not denying ourselves the healing power of no, but it does put us in a very challenging position about having to rewrite the codes of our life, okay, where the love becomes first, okay. So that's what I'm kind of sensing here. Let me take this out of the way. This can go over here. Sorry. So I hope you can see that, and I hope you get something out of this, people. And we'll go on from here. I'll just put this over here for the record. All right. So there, this is happening right now live, and you can, watch this again like an action replay later on. But we're going to leave this here just for another couple seconds so you can have a visual imprint. I'll have a moment of silence. Okay, I think that's enough. We're going to break up the spread and the reading, and then we're going to have some fun, and then we're going to go into the personal readings, the mini lives, okay? So, hold on. Let's get some tunes going, people. I need to chill. I need a break, okay? Hey, Laura Ellen. Hi, Patricia. Hold on. M. Knox. I got to put you on the list. I'm not going to get to you. Laura Ellen, I just saw you. Laura Ellen Smith and Patricia, I just saw you on the screen. And who was he? I just missed somebody. Okay, I just wanted to put you there. Constance, that's right. Or did I get you, Constance? I can't remember. Did I get you? There you go. I got you already, Constance. Sorry, I missed somebody. M. Knox, that's who it is. That's what I was missing. I get M. Knox mixed up with MC. M. Knox. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's have a. Hey, yo, hey, yo. Just have a dance amongst yourselves, people. I'll show you why in a minute. Please dance amongst yourselves. Dress up in your wackest. My hair fell out, my heel broke off, I slipped through my alarm. I missed the bus to night school, my stalker walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. A lot of my relationships, they end up in the ditch. So I'm getting counseling for being another trouble. The doctor's pills he gave me, they let me trip and fall. So if you are the man you say you are, you love me through it all. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. The flashes and manicures, the great solutions against the facts and fancy racks and empty substitutions. What I really need is a man that throws me over his shoulder, takes me naked in the ocean, loving me. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Getting tattoos on my ass and up and down my arms could get me into trouble, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm so pure, acting all there is no guarantee that I will be accepted. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You
but I wanna dance with you. We're gonna dance the stress to be until the break of daylight. They don't wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. This is called the bounce. Way out of Tokyo, deep in old Moscow, in some parts of Trinidad, I remember the good times I had. All along the Great Wall of China, on the decks of ocean liners, with the Incas up in the Andes, way out in Los Angeles. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. I smoked powwow with Geronimo. I've been downtown with nowhere to go. I made peace between the West and East, and I've met Beauty and the Beast. I swam around the great equator. I started out as sooner than later. I've been out to both of the poles, and I know where you don't go wrong. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce.
Okay. All right, enough silliness. This is a very serious channel. Okay. All right. I'm just telling you, it's very serious. This is what we do here. Did I get Rhonda music? Did I get you Rhonda? Oh, yes, I did. I got Rhonda music. Yes, up here. Yeah, I did that. All right, let's have a look. Oh, somewhere in time. I just saw you there. Hold on. Somewhere. Hi, somewhere in time tarot. Okay, somewhere ITT. I got you. Yep, I smoked powwow with Geronimo, and I have been downtown with nowhere to go. And I've made peace between the West and the East, and I've also met Beauty and the Beast. So there you go. All right. Doopy-doopy-doo. Let's have a look here. I'm going to pick one of these to start. This is not the order. I'm going to do it in a random order. I'm going to start with Kristin, just because I feel like it. Okay? So, Kristin, you are up. All right. You've done this before. You know what goes on here at Tarot Lumination. You know it's all smoke and mirrors, and that there's these funny little guys in socks who come around and manipulate everything in the background. And that's the crew. You know about that, okay? Let's have a look. Okay, Kristin, thank you for hanging in. And thank you for all the support, you guys who put money in the hat. It's fantastic. It's been a really fun, exciting night already, and we haven't even started. All right. Kristin, I can't remember what all the Te Hayawako or something. I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember, but we're going to keep it very simple. If you've seen the show before, you know what's going to happen. And I'm going to apologize right now to all the people for whom I cannot give a fun public mini reading tonight. There's just not enough time, not enough room, and I don't have enough you know, I'd love to do 40 readings in a row, but I can't. All right, Kristin, here we go. Cards are shuffled. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. It's enough just to do this. Here we go, and we're gonna cut it up. Really extreme, you see that? So what's the situation? What's the challenge, and how are we gonna handle this, okay? Are you ready, Kristin? I hope so, because I have no idea what's gonna happen here. We're gonna look at the weather first. You know the routine. It's just circumstantial. It doesn't own you. If you let it own you, then you're kind of giving away your power. What's going on? Okay, with the King of Swords here, it's, to me, Kristin, it feels like you're in a really good place, the right time at the right place for the right reasons. Like if you need professional help right now, if it's not from Tarot Illumination, if it's nothing to do with this little mini public reading, you can get professional, you know, we can do the full-on proper thing if you want. Or if it's something where you actually need a lawyer or a doctor or somebody who like is fully certified at who they are, what they do, it's okay to get that and do that and solicit that kind of help right now. It could also indicate here that it's about time that maybe it's an indication that it's time for you to step up into your own power and admit your own, let's say, abilities to, let's say, hold your own in very challenging situations where we're not just talking about you maintaining your integrity in your own subjective truth. What I'm talking about is maintaining your integrity as Kristin the soul according to universal law, okay? Irrefutable universal law, unequivocal law, okay? So that it's like you become immune from other people's judgments and opinions and uh, you know, conditioning and stuff. It's time to rise above that and understand that there are higher ways of being and living, whereby complying with universal laws like the laws of attraction, the laws of karma, and the laws of, you know, just physics, then it can be very satisfying. It might not be as dramatic, or it could be very dramatic, who knows? But sometimes when you shift those energies to really high frequency like this, it brings big consequential changes in life. Let's have a look. What's the situation? Okay, with the Queen of Pentacles here, my feeling is that we're dealing with issues of self-worth, and I don't think this card would be here unless it was an issue. So, Kristin, my feeling is that what we're dealing with here is like very hard to understand energies to do with your own sense of self-worth, your own sense of your right to be right, your right to be who you fully are, your right to have your own truth, the right to have your own subjective truth, as opposed to what has already been predetermined for you in life by circumstances or family or friends or people or your world around you. And so it puts everything in question. Like, well, what is it that really counts for you, Kristin? Is it just having the right wardrobe and the right clothes and shoes and stuff, or having retirement accounts, or getting a job, or whatever it is? But it goes more than that. Like, what are your values? What is it that you value? What is it that others value in you? What is it that you value out there in the world? And then having a good, cold, hard look at that, and even including possibly in relationships, where if there's a lot of issues in relationship right now where the sense of value and structure and truth and honesty is coming into play, coming into question, the question of whether you're being valued according to your true worth and whether you're valuing others according to their true worth, that all of that stuff is coming into question right now. So it's, to me, it boils down to the energy of worth, value, and self-worth, and the questions around that. Now, the thing is with the Queen of Pentacles here, to me, it feels as though you already have certain values and certain levels of awareness about who you are and the values that you have and the value that you bring to the world and the rewards that you deserve accordingly. But we're here at a reading, so there must be things in question. So what's the challenge? Okay, more pentacles here. My feeling is, in a challenging position like this, it feels to me it's almost like a question, having severe self-doubts of whether you're going to ever find the sense of um, physical worldly independence that you would like to have, where you're not questioning your worth to others, where others are not questioning your worth to them, where, like, if your subjective truth is out of alignment and you're being really shaken up right now, to become very aware about what really, really counts in life, become what's really, really true. It puts a lot of like sense of like feeling very, very shaky in your foundations of life, of whether uh, like is your sense of stability and worth and value dependent on someone else's opinions of you, or is your own sense of value something that you own from the inside out, where you understand your worth, you understand your value, you understand your values, and you can stand by them with pride without having to apologize for who you are or why you were here on earth, or even doubt your own value or your self-worth. So the challenge here is a question of doubt, is whether you do have all that in the first place, whether you do have, like, independently quantifiable value and values. So again, I see the energy of self-worth coming into question here. So how do we do that? How do we deal with this energy where I sense a lot of doubt here and a lot of questions here that are being exposed in the circumstances right now in a way that's being kind of rudely exposed here on this channel? I'm not trying to hurt your feelings or anything here, Kristin, but I feel that there's a lot of waking up that needs to do here. And my feeling, hold on, stay there. Stay there. Forget this big red triangle. My feeling is that right now in this little reading, we're dealing with you, Kristin, with this big shift into the Aries energy right now, where especially towards the end of that cycle, probably in the middle of April or later, it's going to be a really, really, really big wake-up call for you. Like, what the bleep am I doing here on this planet? What am I doing in my relationships? How am I going to make this work so I can get to be me? Number one, love myself first, honor myself, and yet still figure out ways to how you integrate with significant others. And that is just coming into consciousness right now, starting with this shift of a lot of planets into the Aries energy. And it's going to pile up once the sun gets very, very close to Uranus at around 28 degrees. Okay, so I'm just giving you a heads up, all right? So if you feel a bit like you're getting shaken and rattled and rolled here, that's what I'm guessing. So how are we going to deal with that? Okay. My feeling, the way to deal with it with the Four of Wands here is be really, really open about this. If this is something to do with a relationship, whether this is going to work or not, get some feedback, figure it out. And like understand that it's okay to be really independent in this world, okay? Because we're born single and we die single. And we might have friends and family and loved ones and children and all of that, but still we're individual, unique, unique, identifiable beings in our own right. But human evolution can only continue when we mate significantly with others and pass on our value and our values and our beliefs. And we do that to the best of integrity that we can manage. So it's like going forward here with this, it's very important, my feeling is to take a really, really good look in the mirror, Kristin, understand how valuable you really are, how much you really do have to offer, and not worry so much about the self-worth or the lack of self-worth, but focus on what really works, and then integrate that with others, okay? And share that with others and celebrate it formally. Make deliberate chosen bonds with other people who appreciate you for who you really, really are, what you have to offer, instead of allowing yourself to be your self-worth to be determined by others, okay? So that you can own your power and strength and share that with others who appreciate you too. Bond with them, let them bond with you. Like, be with your own kind. Like, if you're really intellectual and very brainy, mate with those people. Be with your people, be with your tribe, and make it formal. There's nothing wishy-washy here. Bring it all together so that you feel like you're with the right people at the right time for the right purpose, where your true worth is understood, okay? And you don't have to question yourself anymore. And if you need help, let me know, okay? All right, thank you, Kristin. I hope you got something out of that. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. You know, when we do these things in private, it's one thing, and we can get really down to the bone. It gets pretty blunt. And I highly recommend tissues. But in a little public, you know, freebie like this, you know, I got to keep it light and fun and cheerful. As you know, that's what we do here. Thank you so much, Kristin, on our super lighthearted, fun, cheerful channel, Tarot Illumination. Thank you. Next, I'm going to do one for, oh, that's just the question mark one. I'm going to do Sarah McSee. All right. Okay, thank you, Kristin. I'm glad you got something out of it. Thank you. I got to shuffle. Just give me a moment, people. Chat amongst yourselves. I got to clear the deck. I'm glad to see you're making friends. It's good. It's like having a really good support group. So, Kristin, if you resonate with anybody there, you know, I know some of them are running a private closed. We have to talk about that stuff later. Sarah McSee, I'm going to give you a little mini reading now. Okay, there you go. Thank you for your patience. We are ready to go. Okay, so as there are, my angels are here right now. Your angels are with you. Or if they're not, please invite them in right now. Just ask your angels, say, hi, this is Sarah here. Can you guys show up and get in tight and close now? We're having a fun little mini reading with Tarot Illumination. Okay, that's it. That's all you need to do. Cards are cut. Okay, here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. And what's the weather like for you, Sarah? Circumstantially. Okay, so with the strength here, Sarah, what I'm feeling is that if you're feeling a little bit scared right now, in that there are like what I would call really deep subcurrents going on in your life, where your whole sense of who you are, your egoic sense of who you are, Sarah McSee, and yet at the same time, like, let's say you've done really well to be who you are, where you are right now, and certain things in life are okay, in fact, good. Some things are not so good, but you're becoming aware that there's a whole new level out there ahead of you, on top of you, in front of you, which is being exposed, and you can't not know it anymore. And that presents a problem. It's very, very common on this channel where people write in, or for private readings, where people say, hey, Tarot Illumination, I don't know what's happening with my life. I'm starting to hear things and see things, and I'm freaking out. All my relationships falling apart, my jobs, my health, everything's falling apart. I don't know what's going on, but I know it's something, there's something cool. And so what I'm sensing here is, like, especially if you're becoming more and more intuitive, psychically aware, and understanding that there is a higher calling for you, that's not just your imagination. Okay, so Sarah, to me, this feels like you are being called to take all your egoic strength and talents and gifts and power and take them to the next level where it's all being put into the service of love and healing, being an instrument of the love and healing on this planet, some way, form, or shape or another, in your work, your relationships, yourself with yourself, your loved ones, a spouse, a child, the pets, whatever it is, taking it to the next level where the love is the most important and the spiritual aspects are more important than just what I would call three-dimensional life, our our stuff, our things, our careers, our jobs, our resumes, our history, all of that stuff. So I hope I didn't hurt your feelings there. I'm just saying it feels to me like you're under pressure to go to the next level. All right. What's the situation? Okay. And it is here right now. Okay. I don't think this card of the Ace of Pentacles would be here, Sarah, unless you earned it and you deserve it. So it's very fleeting, very delicate energy. And it's very, very important. Like all energy of opportunity, it's there. But if you don't grab it, then you are throwing it away. You're literally wasting it. It's like flushing gold uh, down the toilet. It's like flushing money down the toilet. So with the Ace of Pentacles here, if you're not aware of your good fortune, it's time to become very aware of your good fortune and how in some aspects of your life, you're very strong, very, very blessed. And it's a question of what are you going to do with that? Because there is more ahead for you, Sarah. Okay, and the opportunity is happening right now. I think this is very closely aligned with the Piscean new moon. It's like a doorway is opening, a portal is opening for you to get truly in touch with what really, really counts in your life, in your world, going forward in terms of spirit and love energy. And I'm not talking about just like taking extra meditation classes or doubling up on your yoga or doing a lot of healing juicing or something like that. I mean, it could be. I'm talking about practical aspects about how are you going to take it to the next level? What is it that really, really counts? How are we going to do that in the way that there is evidence, okay? The evidence that the love becomes the priority, that you're on the spirit path. So the challenge, the situation is that this is opening up for you. So with the Ace of Pentacles, it has to be understood going forward that from my perspective as your reader here tonight with this tiny mini reading, there is a definition that I'd like to put into play for love in terms of how love is as love does. We're talking about evidence of love. So what I'm feeling here is that I want to bring in a definition that I like, which is love is the conscious, willing decision to extend ourselves above and beyond our existing comfort zone in order to facilitate, nurture, sponsor the growth and spiritual healing of yourself, first and foremost, and your dearest loved ones around you, okay? Making that your priority. Nothing else, nothing less, and it's impossible to do anything more. And that becomes evidential. Like, sometimes it's very uncomfortable to be loving. Sometimes it means having to go out of your way, having to compromise deeply on your egoic needs in order to accommodate the higher spiritual frequencies that are calling you now and demanding you to evolve and grow to the next level, okay? So as opportunistic as this is, as wonderful it is that this is opening up for you, I do see a challenge because it means it's going to take your already awesome self to the next level. And as you know, Sarah, like the better you get, the tougher it gets. Okay. What's the challenge here? Okay. Well, it's kind of evident that to me, you've already reached the end. It's like the burning of the bridges here. It feels to me like it is time to burn the bridges and never go back because you can't take it anymore. And the only way forward is through. So it's time to put a bonfire underneath all the egoic personal values, systems, beliefs, and everything that you've maybe held dear in your life about yourself, your world, your beings, your everything in your world, and realizing that there are certain aspects of that that are now completely redundant, obsolete, and broken. And even if you wanted to keep it all going anymore, it's unsustainable. It's like trying to hold up a building that's going to collapse anyway, and there's nothing you can do. And that's the challenge here, because you might want to, if you've got a lot of stuff going on for you in your life already that other people would be really envious of, and you've worked so hard to be that person, and yet you're being pressured to go to the next level, and it means kind of growing up and out of this level here. That's very, very tough. Like, it's very, very tough for really, really capable people to leave behind all these important things and values to go into something else, which is much harder and much more nebulous to understand. But it does mean admitting that the challenge is being at the breaking point, but being able to admit being at the breaking point, and that you're a human. You don't have to be a superhero. You don't actually have to be an action hero 24/7, 365. It's okay to admit that you're flawed and you've reached breaking points and limits, and there's no going back anymore. It's important to admit it openly and then go forward. It's almost like, to me, it almost feels like heaven is deliberately cracking your ego, like destroying the ego here, in order that you can evolve. And that's a problem. Okay, it is a challenge to do that, to live with that. How are we going to deal with it? Okay, first of all, it's so important to understand how incredibly lucky you are already. Even if you might be enduring a lot of pain and suffering in some aspects of your life, there must be other aspects of your life that are truly bountiful. With the Ten of Pentacles here, my feeling is, number one, understand, like, you are a very lucky person, Sarah. You are a very wealthy person. You are in some ways very happy, and in some ways very, very blessed. And if you're not aware of that, it's very important to become aware now, and that there is more for you. Like, there is even more than this. This is a Ten of Pentacles. This is like the card of having it all. Like, a nice spouse or nice boyfriend or nice relatives or a nice cool job, and all sorts of things that everybody would like to have in this world in their three-dimensional life. But I feel that it's time to acknowledge that you've got that already, and you're starting a new life. It's time to start a new life where everything that you value and the values that you carry are being brought to the next level. In other words, bringing your talents and gifts to be shared and enjoyed, like creating a legacy where it isn't all just about you or for you. It's about how can you share your talents and gifts with others if you have so much, if you're blessed with so much. I know this reading might not make any sense to you, Sarah, right now. So if it's just confusing you, maybe it's perfect for someone else here in the show tonight. I don't know, but sometimes that happens, because I'm feeling this is a very specific reading, and I'm trying to convey the message in some kind of way that I don't hurt your feelings. That it's like, with the Ten of Pentacles here, what I'm feeling is like, understand how lucky you are. Be willing to put down, like, let go of strong attachments, egoic attachments to what you thought was life, and allow for this new life to unfold, and that it's richer than whatever you've known before, just in different terms. Okay, love is as love does, manifesting the love in such a way that it can become evidential in your life, like perhaps manifesting a loving relationship or remanifesting a pre-existing relationship so that you can create a legacy and bounty. But it means leaving a lot behind, and that might just be to do with egoic things. Okay, so let's just leave it at that. All right, Sarah, if you need to get in touch, you know where to come. So thank you very much, Sarah. Bless you. Again, I hope I didn't hurt your feelings or anything. I need a little break, people. Give me a second here. Just need a little tiny break. Oh boy. Okay, let's have a look. Give me a moment, folks. I just need to shuffle something. think I got 3 more here. I've got 3 more. It's probably going to be it for the night. Next is going to be Captain XPC. Sounds to me like somebody who has a badge and you were working on a British crime drama on Netflix, and you've now risen to the position of captain, and you've retired from the position of police constable. So in other words, captain, now I'm now captain, and it's over with. I'm no longer a police constable. There you go. That's my interpretation of that name. How do you like that? Maker's Mark. If anybody knows what Capt XPC means, if it's something very special, let me know. So you liked it. You liked my interpretation. Thank you. Look is here. Hold on. I got to put you. I just saw you on the screen. Stay there. Look. Look. Greetings. There you go. I just wanted to let you know that you're here. You're on the checklist. All right, PC. All right, Captain. Oh, you're a gamer nerd. Oh, got it. Okay, so in the gaming nerd land, they would know what this means. It's a secret code. Capt XPC is secret code for gamers. Okay. Through the ether. Yes. Oh, you want to sing through the ether? You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Hold on. Because I need a break anyway. So we still got, we're going to read Captain X, and then Angie, and then Stephanie. Okay. So hold on. Give me a second, folks. I just thought of something. I'll do this one. Give me a moment. I'm going to read for Captain PC Gamer first of all. I want to read for you first, and then I have a couple of little announcements. Okay. So cards are well shuffled. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here, everybody. I love doing this for you, as you know. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals, not enough time, space, or anything like that. The cards were painted beautifully originally to be just how they are, and I like them just how they are. Okay. I know it's a boring old deck, but it's tried and tested and true. And it's amazing what you can get out of one little old tarot deck. Okay, here we go. We are shuffled. I'm doing a very special extreme cut for you. And let's just say, let's invite all our angels here. Everybody do a nice group huddle, okay? Here's the situation. Here's how we're going to here's the challenge, and here's how we're going to handle it. Let's have a look at circumstance. Let's have a look. Oh, Don't be scared. So PC, with the Three of Hearts here, the Three of Swords here, please remember this is not a cups card, okay? It's a big, fat, scary red heart with three swords ripped and stabbed through it, okay? It's one of the most scary cards in the deck for most people. And it's understandable why. I mean, just visually, it just scares the doo-doo out of you, okay, for most people. But it is a swords thing. So sometimes we have to understand that we can be the authors of our own demise. Because if there is a breaking of the heart, if there is a betrayal, if there is a sabotage, if there's a self-undoing, if there is self-sabotage, or you have been undermined or betrayed or another, or you're in a situation right now with, it's hard to not think of this in a love relationship setting, even though this is not cups, this is not hearts or anything like that. And we're not doing relationship readings here. It's hard not to think of that in these terms. So let's just kind of put it out there. So PC, if you're in a situation where you might have realized that there's a triangle going on, or where you're in a very awkward, uncomfortable situation with love matters, and you need professional help, you need a third party advice, that's another thing to think of here. If you're literally just living with the energy of enough pain and suffering in the heart where you're wondering if there's anything left in life in the world, that's okay too, because it can trigger a lot of pain and sorrow once it becomes open and exposed. Like, you know, if you think of the heart as the very core of your being, and that all these attitudes, perceptions, and behaviors and relationships, situations, subjective truths between yourself and the rest of the world, in particular maybe a significant other, it comes to this, then you have to question your participation. What is your participation in this equation of pain here? How are you contributing to this? How did you contribute this? Were you unwittingly a victim for a long time and allowed for this? Were you a victim, but you didn't know you were a victim, and then this becomes apparent? Either way, it's not very comfortable, but one of the beauties about this is that once this is exposed, then you can have a chance to heal it, okay? If this is not exposed, let's say it does exist in your world, in your being, in your soul, in your heart, but it is not exposed in a reading or your consciousness, then this becomes extremely toxic. When this is exposed, at least it has a chance for healing, okay? You got to reveal it to heal it. So what's the situation? Maybe you're just innocent, okay, PC? Maybe you have all the best of intentions. Maybe you're in a very uncomfortable, awkward situation right now regarding matters of the heart. Maybe you're coming to terms with it. Maybe you've already lived through the worst of it, but it still hurts and there's still anguish and pain and soul suffering and things like that. And maybe you've done this to someone else. Maybe you were a perpetrator of pain and betrayal onto others or another, and you didn't mean to. It can happen. Sometimes, sometimes this kind of energy can happen in a state of pure innocence. Sometimes people betray each other without even knowing it. Sometimes you betray yourself without knowing it. Sometimes another betrays you without any intention to. It just becomes exposed through circumstance, and then almost all of a sudden, oh no. So my feeling here with the Page of Pentacles is that it's important to come to this understanding your innocence, understanding that you meant the best and they meant the best, and that's all that anybody can do. And the question is, what do we do now? Challenges. You see, with the sun here, it's just like the challenge is losing the light, losing the joy of life, losing the essence of life that fuels all of us. It's like when somebody turns the lights out, or when all of the life force of your world is suddenly switched off, depleted. Like, let's say, for example, PC, if you're in a situation where there has been some kind of betrayal, and you were innocent, or they were innocent and no harm was intended, but harm still happened, then it can feel very tragic, very, very tragic. The loss of light, the loss of love, the loss of joy, the challenge whether you're ever going to have joy again, whether joy even exists, whether happiness even exists at all after this. Okay, well, you know already on Tarot Illumination, the answer is yes. It's always there. The love is always there. We just have to remember. Okay, so how are we going to deal with this? Because this is really challenging. Okay, PC. My feeling here with the Knight of Pentacles is to, let's say, have a serious reality check with yourself, PC. Admit if you were part of an equation of pain where you were wittingly or unwittingly letting this happen, or where you're in a situation of pain where there's a chance that you're going to lose all the joy and love in your life. Understand that you probably meant well, they probably meant well, but SHIT happened anyway. So what do? What you have to do is understand that you still have worth, you still have value, you still have joy, and you have the right to that inside of you. But it does require walking away from the battlefront. Okay? Like if you've been immersed, entwined in something that's really miserable in terms of love and relationship, despite your best of intentions, my feeling here is to grab hold of the Pisces new moon energy, understand the pain and the damage and the losses that you've endured and that you might be experiencing, and then realize one of the most, you know, I know it's not going to sound nice, PC, here tonight on the show, is admit defeat and walk away from the battle and live to fight another day. Okay? That's what I'm sensing here, PC. In other words, this is a battle that's not worth fighting. There's nothing to be won here. You're probably better off to just move on, surrender, admit the innocence, admit the loss, understand that the joy and the love is still out there. You might not be feeling it right now, but by starting over again with the best of intentions in a much more mature manner going forward, you're going to be just fine. Okay? I don't know whether this worked for you, PC. I have no idea. I don't really like to turn it into love and relationship readings, but it was hard not to do that here. So I did the best I could. All right, PC? I hope I didn't hurt your feelings or trigger anything very uncomfortable for you or awkward on the show. You know, but a lot of that stuff happens on the show anyway. I can't really help it. Okay? So give me a second. I want to shuffle. I want to play a little song here because somebody requested it.
Playing up and around in our mountains, in our seas and our forests, with all of our stones, exploring one another, pushing our boundaries like new lovers. And you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me, I can tell that you're worried about me. And you assure me through the ether that we're okay, everything's gonna be okay. That you're holding my hand all the way. Our innocence is becoming so apparent, and our magnificence at the same time too. With your permission and our shared ambition, I get the chance to discover our truths, and you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me I can tell that you're worried about me, and you assure me through the ether that we're okay, everything's gonna be okay, that you're holding my hand all the way, that you're holding my hand all the way, holding my hand all the way, holding my hand all the way.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. So I just needed a little break there. Yeah, I just glanced over at the screen to look at the chat. A lot of you guys are very sophisticated, okay? You know a lot about this stuff. Thank you, PC. Thank you so much. Hope I didn't hurt your feelings. We're going to move on now. And, you know, I feel it's a real privilege and an honor to be able to do this channel for you guys, because it keeps me challenged. I always have to like be the best person I can be for you, and I love doing that because it keeps me how I want to be and where I want to be. But you know, with some of the notes that I see on the screens, where I know that a lot of you have done a lot of homework on yourselves, where you allow for this weird thing called astrology, which is the study of the planets and the knowing of the planets and how they affect us in life. And then how we can communicate through the tarot, for example, which is a very, very effective tool for mediumship. So you put it all together and you can see why all these tarot channels, thousands of tarot channels, do everything in relationship to the astrology. I mean, I don't have to. Like if you guys come for a private reading, I don't need to know anything about your sun, moon, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, nothing, rising. I don't care. The less that I know, the better. Then you get a more pure reading. However, once you kind of get into it, it's hard not, you can't unknow that stuff. So what tends to happen is, as you guys grow and evolve and you discover more and more about yourselves, know thyself, know thyself. One of the best things that you can do is understand some of the astrology behind this. And even though it's not an astrology channel, with Tarot Lumination, I like to sprinkle in a little bit of the astrology for like spices and herbs and for accents, you know, just to get it relevant. And I go along with the protocols like all the other channels. I do everything according to the 12 astrological sun signs and break it all up into 12 archetypes. And then we go through all the layers. You know, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. All of those big spherical balls that, you know, orbit around the Earth, around the sun in our solar system, have an impact on our lives, whether we like it or know it or not. And with the whole concept of know thyself, it can really help to understand the astrology behind all of it. You don't have to be a master astrologer, but it can help to get you in alignment with yourself so that you can be your most optimal self. And when we do the tarot here, what we do is we can put the astrology aside and we can just do, it's literally just doing a, like coming into an auto shop somewhere and you've got your Honda Civic, but it's something's wrong and you don't know what it is. You said, I went to the Toyota place and the Chevy place. They had no idea. And then over at Tarot Lumination, I say, well, okay, let's just plug it into the Tarot Lumination diagnostics, bzz, and we figure it out. That's what happens in a reading. That's all we're doing. And then we figure out what to do. What's the solution? Okay. Okay, I want to show you something, folks. Hold on. Hold on. I made a couple of notes there for a few minutes ago. Give me a moment. I'm sort of I've got 2 readings left tonight. We've got Amba and Stephanie, okay? So you're coming up soon. You guys are coming up soon. But before we do that, I wanted to point out a couple of things. First thing, it's kind of tragic, but there will be no more raffles on Tarot Illumination. The people who run the raffles for Tarot Illumination, I didn't know that I was breaking the terms of service, the TOS. And so the raffle was shut down, and I had to close out the raffle, and I've been paid out by the raffle. Thank you very much, everybody who entered the raffle. And we had to do all this behind the scenes. I took the glass jar and the bottle, shook it around, I put everybody's names in, and the winner is Tracy from KS. I guess that means Tracy from Kansas. I don't know. And I've written to you a couple of times already. So Tracy from KS, if you're out there, please write back to Tarot Illumination and collect your prize, because you are the winner. Trace from KS, you are the winner. You won the raffle. And I thank everybody for entering the raffle. It's the last raffle we'll ever do for private readings. And I'm sorry. I love doing them, but I can't do them anymore. So the only way to get a private reading now is to pay for it full on by going to the tarotillumination.com or coming here and getting a little tiny freebie, fun one. So thank you, Tracy from KS. Please write back. We need to hear from you. And if I don't hear back soon, I'm probably going to have to pull another name and find another winner. So please, Trace, get back to Tarot Illumination. Okay? So that's one thing I wanted to tell you, folks. Raffles have been banned. Tarot Illumination raffles are now officially banned, completely banned. And that's the end of it. Luckily, I had some nice chat with the service providers. And even though they shut down the account completely and blocked Tarot Illumination, we figured it out. So we're going to keep going. But the only thing we're going to do now is tickets for events, perhaps webinars, or eventually when we do the music, we're going to have live music people events. So let me jump over here to this section, songs and music. I've been getting a lot of requests to do more and more stuff with music, and I hear you folks. Thank you very much. Just released one tiny little song, and it'll be released all over the world through Spotify, iTunes, and everything, and Apple, whatever it is. Doesn't matter where you go. It's a streaming or download, or whatever you want. And I did it as a test, so now I know how to do an album. So we're going to release an album soon, and it's just going to be a very simple homemade album like we're doing here. And the next thing about the songs and the music, people have been asking for the lyrics, and I'm going to learn how to do the lyrics, put it in a little book so you guys can get a little Tarot Illumination lyric book to go with the album. Also, Lena is going to teach me how to do lyrics on the video. So there you go. I don't know how this is all going to work, but it's just something we're going to work on now. Okay, there you go. The next thing I want to bring out here is that Zazzle, again, I haven't, it's been very hard. I have things that I have to do when I'm not doing Tarot Illumination, and they take time and energy. And so I want you to know that there is a place called Zazzle, and there's a Zazzle store for Tarot Illumination, and it is on the Tarot Illumination website. And at the Zazzle store for Tarot Illumination, you can get merch, okay? I learned about this. It's called merchandise. That's Tarot Illumination stuff. And I keep it very simple. There's like the leggings, and I'm so excited. One day I'm hoping to see one of you girls wear the leggings and send a picture. Learning how to do all this. I have another new person who's come to the channel now who's going to help with social media. to do the Instagram and Facebook thing. And there's some other people who are going to help to grow the channel as well. So if anyone's interested, you can go to Terra Lumination and scroll down the More section, and you can find the Zazzle store, and you can see Terra Lumination merchandise. Okay, so we talked about that. Next, the other thing, the book. Thank you everybody who's been buying this book. It's called Wealth, Money, Finance. I better write it, didn't I? I know this has nothing to do with tarot or astrology or music or art or writing, but I wrote it because I'm kind of intuitive. And I wrote this several years ago, and now it's all coming true. And I wrote a little book called Wealth, Money, Finance, and it's a little book to basically tell you guys, wake up, wake up, wake up. There is a huge calendar moment we're building up to in January 2020. You guys need to be aware of this, okay? It's very serious. It's very serious stuff. January 2020, Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, all aligned in Capricorn. It's a huge historic global event, probably for the last 250 years. And I think of it and feel it as 1776 revisited, okay? And we're building up to the revolutionary energy right now. It's very heavy Capricorn energy. And it's not going to mess around, okay? Whatever's not working is going to be exposed. So I just wanted to mention that. You can get all that from going to the Terra Illumination website. The next thing I wanted to mention is that I haven't done a lot of promotions, but I've tried to remember when I can. I know some of you out there have this already. This is the Terra Illumination silk scarf, okay? I'm going to use this show right now just to show you the scarf. This is it. I'm not going to do a big show and tell, but as you can see, it's very, very classy. You can really impress your friends and win over your enemies when you wear this. In fact, you will become bulletproof. In fact, you will have, this is just like having your guardian angels around you. It's like having a protective, invisible shield, but it's very, very visible. And it's for all signs. Okay, all sun, I know you get this, but let me just show everybody. I want to show everybody. Sometimes I like to show this off. Okay, I'm just going to do it. I've done it before. I'm doing shameless self-promotion now. Okay, this is what we do. That's for Aries. Okay, there's Taurus. Okay, there's Gemini. Okay, there's Cancer. Squishy, squishy Cancer. There's Leo. Lovely Leo. And there's dear Virgo. There's Libra. Okay. There is Scorpio. There is Sagittarius. Over here is Capricorn. Don't mess around. Don't mess with Capricorn, okay? Over here is Aquarius from outer space. Aquarius landed here from outer space. And here's dear Pisces, which we're dealing with right now. This is where the big energy is right now, Pisces new moon. And it's all going to shift back into Aries soon, okay? It's already happening. So there, you can get this Terra Illumination scarf. It's beautiful, heavy chiffon silk. You can do whatever you want with it. You can wear it as a bikini top, a bikini bottom, as a shawl, as a hippie headband, whatever you want, okay? Next. Actually, I won't waste your time with this. I'm still working on the book, Love and Healing. Got a lot to do. And I want to thank you, everybody who finally understands. Like when you get your private readings, it's so, so important. As soon as you get your file from the recording, you have to download your file. Don't just watch it from the button. Download it so that you keep the file and that you own it. Because I don't have enough storage room for all the readings. Okay? Sorry. All right? So there we go. Thank you for listening. Next, I need a beverage, people. Hold on. I need a little break. As you know, I like to have my grape juice. So I'm just going to play you a little song while I get my grape juice. Okay? Be right back.
I am guided, I am protected, 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 I am guided, I am protected. When the light of hope it fades, when all faith is blown away, when all sense of trust goes down, when a smile turns into frown, when it feels there's no relief, nothing in which to believe, desperate in woe and grief, angels come reminding me, I am guided, I am protected, 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 I am guided, I am protected. Angels gather close to me, show me what I cannot see. Angels take me by the hand, lift me when I cannot stand. Angels lead me through the dark, soothe and tend a broken heart, laughing at the circumstance, crying while we sing and dance. I am guided, I am protected, I am guided, I am protected. We are guided, we are protected, we are guided, we are protected. We are guided, we are protected, we are guided, we are protected, we are guided, we are protected, we are guided, I am protected, I am 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 guided, I am protected.
So there you go, folks. I noticed something that you mentioned, primary. I just saw it. I caught it over there when I was topping up my beverages. I got to tell you, there have been so many times over the last year where I was just going to shut down the whole channel because it's been brutal here. The first 3 or 4 months, the channel got attacked relentlessly. A lot of haters were just, it was just gruesome. And then there was the big apocalypse thing. And it's been absolutely brutal to try and keep the channel going because now I don't know why. Uh, it's just like some people were writing in about how Terra Lumination is doing a really good job of making people feel like they're actually getting love and healing, whereas in fact it's a big scam because he's possessed. TL is possessed by the devil, and the devil is using Terra Lumination to suck people into a black hole. You know, stuff like that. And all these haters were deliberately flagging videos, doing anything to shut the channel down, shut the videos down, and it was brutal. I did a couple of other things too. Uh, I know a lot of channels do like random flash, whatevers. I can't do it here. If I do anything that's even remotely outside of community guidelines or legal, according to federal laws, for some reason, Terra Illumination is a lightning rod. So I have to keep the channel really clean as I can, because it's public. Kids can watch this. If you want to do something private, that's totally different. But in order to comply, it's the same thing with the music too. And it's just been, you know, it's just a challenge, and I have to rise to the challenge or just give up and lose it. So I do what I can to comply, and it's very, very hard. It was very hard on me when the raffles were shut down, and they showed me all the federal, all the stuff, and oh, it was just really painful. And I know there are other channels that use a lot of blasphemy, and there's just material and substance and content that is uh, I can't I can't express it on this channel. I could if I wanted to, but I'd probably get shut down within a week. So there you go. I thank all of you for still coming here, because we Tarot Illumination could pander to you know things that are not so wholesome, because it might attract more attention or make things grow quicker or make more money, however that stuff works. But I kind of like things how they are. I kind of like the fact that it is kind of like a little boutique. It's like a little mom and pop store, and it's just for us guys. It's just like if you don't get it, go somewhere else. If you don't like the readings, there's thousands of other tarot readers. Okay, this is just how it is here. It's just kind of one of those little things. It's just like an acquired taste, like smoking cigars or champagne and caviar, as one person called it. Okay, so thank you very much, folks. I'm toasting you with my grape juice. Amba, you're up. Amba, are you still here? Amba, can you type it in the screen so I know you're still here? I'm looking at the screen on the computer now. I want to see that Amba's still here. I don't remember the full name. All I have is Amba B. Amba Bishop. Okay, there you are. I got you. I got you. I got you. And you're from London. That's right. I remember now. All right, Amba. In fact, I think you're the one who started this whole craze about the super chat. Anyway, Amba, you're up. Thank you for staying up. It must be very, very late or very, very early. I'm not sure. In London, you're what, 7 hours, 8 hours ahead? So that means it's like, wow, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning for you. What time is it for you, Amba? (4:12 a.m.) Now that is hardcore. Amba, thank you. I guess you're sitting with your smartphone in your bed under the covers, watching all curled up in a ball. That's my guess. Okay, here we go. So bring your angels close. Bring your angels close, close, close. Here we go. This is going to be fun. It's always fun. Even if we're crying our eyes out, it's always fun. Because that's what we do here at Tarot Illumination. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. What's the weather like? Queen of Swords. Amba, I think this is resonating back to earlier in the show tonight, where this is all about the healing power of no. No, thank you. It's the healing power of like, okay, well, no. I'm sorry. No, thank you. I've just been watching The Crown on Netflix, which I think is amazing. I love the production, and it's all about Queen Elizabeth and everything. And it's all based on true story. I think it's fantastic, and they all have really posh British accents. And I love the way the young Queen Elizabeth is very, very delicate and diplomatic about using the healing power of FU. She's like the ultimate expression of graciousness under intense pressure. And when she has to, she uses the healing power of no. Or in England, I know they do this. Okay? So there you go. All right, Amba. So this is a reminder. I feel this is a reminder. Be very aware that you have the right to assert yourself. You have the right to express yourself, even if the most important word is no. Okay? You have the right to say no. Sometimes you have the duty and the responsibility and obligation to say no or no. All right? What's the situation? Okay. Maybe it's something to do with your friends, your buddies, your loved ones. Maybe there's stuff going on, like in your world and your people, where you know how people gather around and you create these bonds and friendships and relationships. And sometimes things happen that are kind of murky and not acceptable, but you keep going along as though everything is cool anyway, because you don't want to break up the tribe. Okay. But with the Three of Cups here in the situation, and this as circumstantial energy, my feeling is that there is something inappropriate going on in your world of friendships, buddies, co-workers, schoolmates, college mates, kids, friends, families, nieces, uncles, nephews, aunts, and whatever, where everything is like supposed to go along to get along and everyone's supposed to be happy, but you know that there's something out of whack. My feeling is that it's very important to understand that you have the right to call it out and an obligation and a duty. So, like if you're with your buddies and your friends, like your girl pack or whatever it is, and there's something not good and no one's talking about it, but you know, that's what I think is going on here. And somebody's got to do something about it. Okay, what's the challenge? Okay, to my feeling, it's having the courage to actually do this, having having enough courage to break your ranks with your buddies, your mates, your loved ones, your party people, and separate from them and focus on what really, really counts and works for you. Okay, that's a problem because sometimes, you know, have you heard that Marianne Williamson thing, or sometimes they attribute it to Nelson Mandela about how, like, when you shine, you give other people permission to shine. And so the big challenge is, have you got the guts? Have you got the nerve to shine in your own self without diminishing yourself just so that you can fit in with the in crowd? What this reading here is telling me is that it's time for you, Amba, to like grow out of that behavior, where it's time for you to like mature and grow into your fullness, where if you have to call it out, if you have to say no to certain people, places, situations, uh, relationships, in order to be your true self, yeah, it's a problem, but it's like it has to be done in order to maintain your self-worth, your integrity, and your values. Okay. And that's a problem because a lot of the times we deliberately dumb ourselves down. We dim our light. We crush our soul. We crush our spirit in order to belong with the status quo and the in tribe and the cool people. Okay. And sometimes that is a very, very subtle form of self-defeating behavior. Okay. So no offense, Amber. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings here, but I'm trying to bring some light on the subject. How do we deal with this? Okay. Be prepared to move on. Okay. My feeling here is literally be prepared to dump anybody and everything and all the drama and the circumstances and the emotions and the feelings that go with it that translate into fake. Anything that is fake and phony and bogus and BS about your world, your girlfriends, your girl pack, your rat pack, co-workers, siblings, whatever, anything that's fake and phony, it needs to stop and needs to be left behind. And it's time to move forward with what is true, genuine, honest for you, tangible stuff that actually works for you, and leave the BS behind. Okay, it's below you. Okay, Amba, that stuff, whatever it is that's faking, uh, that is below you, and it has to stop. And now is the time to stop and understand that you are, um, you have something, you have worth, you have values that need to be understood and acknowledged and respected inside of yourself. Okay, so again, the message here is about self-worth, like understanding your own self-worth and complying with your own truth, your own justice. And if it, I know it's painful to do that sometimes, walking away from people that are like your pack, it's hard to do because then there's all the gossip and the drama of like, oh, who does she think she is, blah blah blah, so you're above us, blah 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 blah. And then you have to be able to rise above that and say, excuse me, if you don't mind, okay, and then move on and maybe start again. Maybe you'll meet some cool people here at Terra Illumination, people on your frequency, your wavelength. If you're used to drunken orgies and all of a sudden now you're interested in like cool spiritual evolution, okay, let's do that. Okay, so anyway, I hope I didn't like freak you out with any of this, but yeah, it's the way to handle this is move on, advance, mature, and grow. Bring all the truth and the wisdom that is like solid. Bring that with you and dump anyone and everything else. Okay, it's below you. All of that stuff, it's below you. Thanks, Amba. I hope I didn't you kind of walked into this because I don't remember seeing you here before, but things sometimes get pretty ugly on this channel, and we kind of go for it just splurges out. So I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your contribution. All right, Stephanie, you're up. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, and but so there might be people who are jealous of you, or people who try to put you down because you're smarter, more beautiful, more evolved, and they don't like that. They would rather have you dumb yourself down to fit in with the pack, and then rather than let you evolve and grow and move on. So if there is that kind of battle going on, the best thing to do is just walk away. Walk away. These are some battles you can't win. Sometimes the best thing to do is say, you know what? I don't need this BS anymore. Thank you. Bye. Love you. It was wonderful while it lasted. Bye. Stephanie, you're up. Whew. Gosh, Amba, I was really kind of a bit nervous in that reading. I hope you didn't notice anything, but I kept feeling like I was turning into a bit of a pushy bully, like telling you what to do and how to do it. You make your own decisions, okay, Amba? I was just calling out the story as I felt it, but it's up to you what you do with your life. You make your own decisions. Okay, come from the healing power of love. Be willing to use the healing power of no if you have to, or whenever you have to. And walk tall, walk proud, be your most awesome self. Don't be scared to shine. Don't be scared to be smarter, more capable, more loving, more giving. Doesn't mean you have to rub anybody's face in their own doo-doo. It's all about loving yourself first. And if the other people can't handle it, that's their problem, not yours. Surround yourself with talent. Surround yourself with people who love you how you are and appreciate you in your full glory, okay? Oh gosh, that sounded like a command again. I'm sorry. I don't want to tell you what to do. I'm trying to offer suggestions, invitations. Thank you for explaining that, Kristin. I'm not going to respond directly, but anyone else who wants to, it's on the screen there. I just noticed that. So good luck, people. Have fun. That sounds fantastic, Olson. What a fantastic book title. That is fantastic. Stephanie V, you are up. I need a beverage. Hold on. I'm starting to lose it. This is going to be the last free mini reading for the night. And after this, we're just going to hang out and chill for a while until everybody falls asleep around the campfire and goes home. Hopefully, without too much shell shock, without too much brain damage. And we wake up tomorrow to live another day. All right, Stephanie, thank you for being so patient. You're the last one for the night. Here we go. Gather your angels, Stephanie. Bring them in close, bring them in tight. Have a group huddle, all right? I just thought of something freaky. Absolutely freaky. I don't know if Lena is still here, but one day I want to do a show. I want to start doing music and concerts for real, not just talking about it, but one day down the road, real live tarot illumination events, concerts. And there's tarot illumination. I'm going to tell you this little story. Hold on, stay there. So I've been talking with Lena. Okay, she's fantastic. She's a music journalist. She knows more about music than anyone else on the planet. And she was very kind to invite Tarot Illumination to come and talk with her. So we've been talking and we've become friends, and we're going to have a new playlist on the channel for music. And it's going to be kind of like Lena's place or something. But anyway, we were talking about like taking it to the next step with the music. And so I told her that on Friday night here, I took two of the songs from Tarot Illumination. One of them is Love is the Word. Okay, I took that song and I took the other song, Fighting Well. Okay, and those songs sound kind of more like there's musicians and like instruments there. And they have kind of a beat, and I use them myself to heal myself. I use my own songs to heal myself because I have some multiple health issues that are very challenging, and I'm constantly having to heal myself. Self-healing is a big part of my day, okay? And I use art and music and writing as my most powerful tools for self-healing, not drugs. So I got on the bicycle and the bus and walking, and I went over to a little place where they do open mic. And I did open mic for those two songs. And I showed them to the sound guy, and they did all the preparations, and they plugged it in. And so there was Tarot Illumination on stage. This is what happened. I'm just showing you. That's what we did. That was Friday night. It was just Terra Illumination on stage with a microphone. And then we played these two songs in the background. So it sounded like a bit of karaoke lip sync. It was like a karaoke lip sync of these two songs. It's just like the things that are on the channel right now, but I actually stood up on a stage and did it live. And it was kind of freaky and weird and exciting because all the lights were here and I couldn't see the audience or the crowd or anything. But I just did it anyway. And it was a lot of fun and it went very, very well. And the audience were very appreciative and they did lots of like, yeah, man, whoa, whoa, that's freaky, man. And then one guy came up afterwards. He said like, shit, man. Sorry, excuse my language. Sorry. Forget that word, delete that word. Man, that was like freaky intense. And anyway, it went well. So I'm very, very excited. This was the first time Terra Illumination ever did a show, okay? And it went very well. So at the end of the show, after these two little songs, there were lots of people clapping. And all I could think of is like, oh my gosh, I want to do this again. But we're going to record the music properly. And what I want to do is have Terra Illumination Love Tribe dancers. I want dancers there, another dancer there, another dancer there, like that. So I want to do that. Terra Illumination Love Tribe dancers over there, and Terra Illumination Love Tribe backup singers over there. And you guys, because you're all so cool and so fit, then you would be doing all these cool dance moves. Okay, like and then I can sing the song and we can all join in and have a big party, like a big Terra Illumination dance party. Okay, so I wanted to let you know. All right, bye. Yeah. So that's what we did. It was very exciting. I felt like a rock star. I felt like a freaking rock star. It was incredible. I'm raising my glass to myself now because it was so awesome. All right, that's enough self-promotion. Liz Wolf is going to be a backup singer. Yay. Oh, yeah, wearing the scarves. Oh, my God, you're a genius, PC. You are a genius. Yeah, so, all right, Stephanie, this is it. Are you ready? Hold on to your hat. I hope you've got your barf bag and some glasses and some tissues handy. It can really help in these situations. All right, here we go. Cards are well shuffled. Group huddle. Okay, Stephanie? We already started the reading, but I interrupted. All right, here we go. Woo! That was a real skinny cut. I'm losing my voice. Sorry, Stephanie. I'm losing my voice, so it's going to sound a little weird now. Here's the situation. Okay, so you've got the Nine of Pentacles here, circumstantially. So my feeling is like, to me, I feel totally over the top right now. I feel like Stephanie, it's time to realize how awesome you are. Okay? In your own self. And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of you or feels about you. It's all about you, where it's time for you to recognize your own right to be your own independent self, have your own set of values and beliefs and assets and resources. And your sense of self-worth is completely nothing to do with anybody else. It's not their business. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. All right? That's what I'm feeling here. And you have a right to be this way. And not only that, it is your obligation now, it is your responsibility and duty to Be your own most awesome self without any apologies. I know that's a tough call. You know, some people are very, very shy. They're very introverted. They deliberately keep themselves repressed, suppressed, because they don't want to radiate at their maximum light. They don't want to be their most independent selves. Another thing about this that I'm feeling, I have to put on record, is that if you're not feeling that, if you're feeling that you don't have it together when it comes to your self-worth, your sense of like independence and integrity, that's okay too. You have to be able to recognize that in order to deal with it. It's like if you have a really bad toothache, you have to admit it, and then you have to go to the dentist and take care of it, even if you have to get a root canal. Because if you don't, then you're just making things worse. So all I'm suggesting here is with the Nine of Pentacles that it's really important to understand your own awesomeness, and then you have the right to be that way, and whatever's not that way needs to be acknowledged and understood as well, and we're going to figure that out. So what's the situation? Okay, well, let's just call it transformation for right now. So I feel this is very much to do with the Jupiter in Scorpio energy. Stephanie, right now, Jupiter is transiting through Scorpio. Hold on, stay there. Give me a moment. I have to do an astro doodle. You know what that means, people. Let's go back to this little chart. Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie, right now, here right now, Jupiter is in Scorpio, about, I don't know, 11 degrees or something. And it's just flipped retrograde, okay? Jupiter in Scorpio here is in very tight harmony with all this Pisces energy over here. I'm just gonna leave it like that, okay? Stephanie, don't look at this big red triangle. Please ignore that for now, all right? Just focus on this. Jupiter is in Scorpio right now, and it just flipped retrograde. And Jupiter in Scorpio is very intense. It's all about like exposing all the opportunities that can happen when you like tap into the deepest part of yourself that has never been exposed before. And when it works in alignment with all this Pisces energy, it's very, very much about healing energy, okay? But the problem is that in the process of revealing what needs to be healed, okay, Pisces 26 degrees, 28 degrees, Chiron, blah, 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 astrobabble, blah, blah, blah. When what is revealed that needs to be healed is revealed, that can be extremely uncomfortable, okay? And that's where the Scorpio energy comes in. It's almost like, you know, like when you're popping a zit or something, and it's just like this really miserable process to realize, oh, I've got a huge, enormous, ugly, fat freaking zit. I have to pop it. And then you do it, and you know it's going to create a lot of pain, but you also know it's going to bring a lot of relief when it's all over. That's kind of what I'm sensing is happening here, is that you're going through this big shift and change. Like you're having to go, literally go. You can't get around the pain. You can't get around the suffering. You can't get around what needs to be revealed, to be healed. You have to go through it, okay? And that typically can be very painful, okay? So we're trying to put this to you in such a way where it means that the changes that are happening with you right now, Stephanie, everything is exactly as it's supposed to be because it cannot be any other way. That is just like one of the laws of physics. It's just fact. Terra Illumination is here right now working with you live through the internet, okay? Fact. Fact is right now, you're dealing with these deep soul transformational energies, which can include revealing an awful lot of very uncomfortable stuff that you would rather not have revealed, but has to be revealed in order to be healed. And that's what happens with scorpionic transformational energy. Secrets are revealed, pain is revealed, treachery, self-defeating, all of it is revealed, and it is crushed. It's run over like a bulldozer, and there's no going back. Okay? What's the challenge with this transformation stuff? Oh my gosh. Well, with the Ace of Cups here, the challenge is allowing the love to flow. If you are in a situation, Stephanie, where you are dealing with issues of self-worth and self-doubt, and your circumstances are sort of indicating it's time for you to understand your own worth, your own value in this world, and live up to that stuff without any apologies. And that's putting you in a very difficult situation, because it means you're having to face yourself in your own, let's say, awesomeness, and also realizing how you might have been an expert at denying this to yourself. So the challenge becomes, do you have the challenge is about having the courage to allow the love energy to flow that needs to flow in order for the transformation to occur, so that you can allow this to flourish, this part of yourself to happen, your true talents, your true gifts to flourish, where you don't have to apologize to anybody, and it would be inappropriate for you to apologize to anybody. But the only way for that to happen is to allow the love to flow, allow the love of yourself to flow to yourself first. And that's where the problem lies, okay? Because you can't evolve, and you can't evolve and grow into that without allowing the healing power of love to flow, okay? In other words, maybe this is an opportunity to use a little invocation. Stephanie, I'm going to take advantage of this reading for you. Before we pull this card, I'm going to suggest that to handle this, if the healing power of love is not flowing in your life, and the big challenge is getting it to flow, before we look at this, I want to suggest that you can at least facilitate this by invocation, okay? By replacing negative thoughts and words programming in your brain with good stuff. In other words, this would be for you. I do this every day for myself, Stephanie, okay? So don't freak out. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my body from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my mind from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my heart from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my soul from up above. So it is spoken, so it is done. And then if you have to, Stephanie, you repeat that over and over and over and again till it's like a mantra, like a chant. And then all of a sudden, wow, it's just like, oh, huh. You can do that by invocation. Because if you have a lot of internal, like mental chatter or chants that are much more like, oh, I don't deserve this. I'm not sure if love even exists. All this love and healing is total BS. I know it for a fact because my life has never come to this. And it's just like, all it's been is just one unending series of pain after another. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can see the pain as a signal, like a very powerful wake-up call, a very powerful signal. It is time to change, but you change the programming from deep within, okay? So with the Ace of Cups here, that is a challenge, allowing the love to flow in the first place, having the courage to transform and change and allow this to become the most important thing in your life, okay? So how do we do that? Okay, to me it feels with the Queen of Wands is number one, start at the very elementary terms, recognizing how awesome you are in any way you want to do it. Okay, another invocation for you. Let's say I, Stephanie, you can chant this to yourself later on if you want to, but I, Stephanie, am worthy. I, Stephanie, am deserving. I, Stephanie, am open to receive. I, Stephanie, am ready. I, Stephanie, am willing. I, Stephanie, am able to receive. Thank you very much. No apologies, because I'm worth it and I deserve it. And I know exactly what Tarot Illumination is talking about here, but I know he's onto something. So I'm just going to take it for granted and go along with the flow. And somehow or other, by magic, the healing power of love is going to flow anyway. And I'm just going to trust in that. And then with the Queen of Wands here, my feeling is that for you, Stephanie, by just kind of like saying, okay, well, you know what? Screw it. Screw it. We're just going to do it. Okay. And you deliberately invoke the transformation that needs to happen right now so that this can have a chance to flow. And then having the courage to do that, what happens then is that we go back to what we talked about in one of the other readings, where you all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, but step by step by step, every time you affirm your own awesomeness, every time you state clearly and vividly and shamelessly that you are awesome and that you are not going to dim your light to accommodate other people's shadow and darkness, then you grow in your power and strength and light. And then you become a shining example for others. You start to become one of those people where other people think, oh, whoa, well, if Stephanie can do it, maybe I can do it. Okay, you become an inspiration to others. It's just with these cards, Stephanie, it means it's going to take a lot of courage, and it means having to really be like honest with yourself and be willing to change from the guts, the inside outwards. Like, grab this moment in time, grab this new moon in Pisces, grab the energies that's changing now, Aries, all this stuff. Follow the lunar patterns over the next few weeks and see how things are going to change. Practice that invocation and turn yourself around deliberately. Don't just float around, but deliberately seize the moment here and see this as a way like you can deliberately. It's like having the courage to go and turn on the faucet. If you think of the Ace of Cups here, the big challenge is to turn on the faucet, to actually dare to go over to the faucet, have the courage to turn on the faucet so that the healing power of love can flow into your life. Just do it a little bit. You don't have to turn it to full blast all at once. Just have the courage to walk up to the faucet, put your hand on the faucet and twist it to see that you can actually move and let the energy flow. Watch the very first few drips start to come through. And then once you get used to that, have the courage to open it up a little bit more every day. Okay? So that's what I'm feeling for you, Stephanie. Okay? So there you go. Thank you very much for coming to Tarot Illumination. I love doing this for you. It's been a super, super, super time. Thank you very much. I hope I didn't scare you or confuse you. If it made no sense to you at all, please offer the reading to someone else to whom it might have made perfect sense. Okay? And then we'll get another reading for you another day. All right? I'm just going to clear the deck. Give me a moment, people, and then we'll just hang out for a while. Okay, cool, Stephanie. Thank you. I'm glad to help, and please make the most of it. It's been wonderful. Thank you so, so much. I need a beverage, people. I need a beverage. Wow. Okay, everybody get up and dance. Okay, everybody get up and dance. I'm going to play this one because it's all up to me. It's about the courage, having the courage to use the healing power of no, having the courage to turn on the faucet to let the healing power of love flow into your life. Okay, there we go. Hey Gregory, what's going on, man? I see you, man. Okay, all the dancing girls come out. It's time to put the groove on. Start practicing. It's rehearsal time. Na, na, na. I am healing, I am healing. Good night, giggles. Good night, giggles. Cheers, everybody. Lena, you're funny. I had so much fun talking with you. It's amazing. I'm really looking forward to working with you. It's fantastic. Thank you, Lena. Thank you, Lena. Yeah, I wanted to say thank you for all you crazy, nutty people who write in and we have conversations and stuff. It's fantastic. It's very, very inspiring. And I wanted to say thank you. It's been a blast working with you guys. I'm going to put on another song. Hold on. Oops. Oops. Sorry about that.
Say the word, share the word, speak the word, dance the word, say the word, praise the word, heal the word, love the word, live the word, vibrate the word. Shake the word, hug the word, breathe the word, whisper the word, sigh the word.
Good night, Laura Ellen Smith.
Sing it out.
Good night, Laura. It's been a blast. Thank you. Good night, Giggle. Good night, Giggle. Good night, Stephanie. Thank you. Thank you, Stephanie. I look forward to that. Good night, Liz. Good night, Liz. Good night, Primary. Good night, MC. It's been a blast. Sign the word. Seven o'clock Sunday night, Pacific Standard Time. Good night, everybody. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for giving me the chance to give some readings to a few of you and for hanging out with you guys. Thank you for sharing your love and energy with me over here. It's been a true delight, and we'll do it again another time. Please make the best of this new moon in Pisces. Please allow for the big shift of energy into Aries, and please understand that right at the very end of March, we're going to have this a very different energy with the full moon Aries Libra thing. And it might be quite challenging. I'm just giving you a heads up, okay? All right, especially when it comes to love and relationships. Okay, so there you go. Thank you so much. All the best. Good night now. Nighty night. Evolution Fairy. Damn, I didn't even get you on the list. Thank you, Evolution Fairy. We're just wrapping it up, okay? Good night. Bye-bye.